You know, I'm standing up. I'm trying to keep the energy. Oh my God, look at Crip Mac. We got a Crip Mac in here. Oh!
It hit different, Adam. What's that word?
It hit different. What's going on, bro?
Hey, look, I was trying to figure out what was to the whoop. I seen you and Ruger had a lot going on. I'm like, what's to the whoop?
Wait, so you knew that Ruger had something going on before our recent interaction?
No, I ain't know y'all had nothing going on. I seen the whoop, and then I heard Ruger get that culture vulture, and I was trying to figure out where y'all bump heads at what happened. It hit different.
I know all of a sudden I'm a culture vulture, and Booger Sugar Ruger wants to talk about how I got some allegations.
Wait, what'd you call him?
What? Booger Sugar Ruger?
What the fuck is that?
I'm like Donald Trump. I can just do nicknames now, bro. It's good. But basically, like, I mean, I think that's like my only possible explanation for his erratic behavior, is I feel like he might have gone and got some of that good O-block meth, because he's just acting like a real weirdo as far as I'm concerned, man.
Damn.
Basically, like, all right, let me just lay this out for you, because you're like the #1 person that I want to talk to about this, because you're a Chi-Town historian and everything. So I agreed to do the interview with him, right? If you watch the whole interview, you will see that my line of questioning was very chill. This was not like a Sean Cotton, FYB J Main interview where every single question is geared up to be like a 3-minute clip of some spicy ass street shit. You know, this was not that. And now, granted,
so y'all just be patient. I'm gonna give some commentary. I'm gonna be starting and stopping the video, but we just gonna set the whole thing up so y'all can watch the whole interaction. All right?
I had my employee helping me write questions for Ruger, and when he was doing these questions for him, he wrote down all kinds of street shit that I never even ended up asking any of that shit, because I was sensing the vibe. I'm an elite interviewer, you know. I have a black belt in interviewing motherfuckers. So basically, I understood from the way he was carrying himself and his tone that he didn't necessarily want me to get into like all kinds of shit.
Moving like that.
Right, and that's fine. But a couple of things. Number one, all your most popular songs, like really like almost all your songs, are dissing your ops and talking about all these motherfuckers that you don't like, that you haven't seen in 10 years, whatever. And then on top of that, the only questions that I actually bothered to ask were the ones that were actually like relevant, like me asking him about Dirk being invited backstage at the Kanye shit. To me, that's
that was a relevant
topical.
Question.
That's relevant because Dirk is the biggest rapper in the world. He goes on academics and shit. He talks about Ruger by name for like maybe the first time ever. I don't think Dirk ever said Ruger's name before on an interview or anything. And he said basically that, you know, like, he didn't want to run into him backstage, that it was serious, whatever. So me bringing that up in the interview, and I actually had academics hit me up about this, and academics was like, that motherfucker Ruger really thought you wasn't going to bring up the Dirk interview? I'm like, yeah, apparently he thought that he, you know, was immune to the way that every other fucking interview goes down. And he was bummed out that I asked him about the billionaire shit too, which is another fucking retarded ass narrative, because, you know, billionaire.
Bro, he was mad about that you asked him about Billy?
He was mad. He said that to me like before it even started. Like don't ask me about random shit.
You got to look, Adam. You gotta ask them these questions, because if not, that's blackballing the other people. It hit different.
That's what I'm saying. And now I got a billionaire black interview lined up so we can figure out exactly what the whoop is.
Just like when I went on that whooping about Thunky Man, what you do? You put Thunky Man in the whoop. It hit different.
Hey, let me tell you something. How come Thunky Man ended up being a way bigger G than Booger Sugar Ruger? Thunky Man is as pasty white as they come. He makes me look like Shaquille O'Neal, and then he still handled himself in the interview way better than Ruger. I don't understand. How's your white producer gonna act like a G and stand on shit and say, yeah, I thumped J Main's YouTube channel, but then meanwhile, Ruger over here, he can't even handle a simple fucking interview. And this is the thing, is like, I can ask you, listen, even with you, I could ask you about any body, any beef, anything, and I know how you're going to answer it because you're a smart guy. You're going to maneuver around it if it really is something that's like so on point that you just don't want to talk about it, then you're going to find a way to, you know, get around it and everything. But instead, Booger Sugar Ruga's angle on all this was that he wanted to go on Instagram and talk shit about it after instead of just being a fucking G about the way that the conversation went, you know?
Okay. Now look, I seen Ruger saying something like he told you not to put the interview out. What was that about?
Yeah, I forgot about it after he said that because I just fucking thought it was a pretty good interview. So he did say something about not putting it out, and I meant to like holler at him and be like, yo, we're gonna put the interview out anyway, because realistically, like, I don't really like when people waste my time.
Yeah, what's the point of wasting the time? Who hit there? We got Crip.
All right, hold on. So real quick, before Crip Mac start communicating, start talking, and I do, and that's one thing I don't understand. If you don't want to answer a question, don't answer the question. But as a grown man, I feel like if somebody asks you a question, you don't want to answer the question, you just say, hey, we're not talking about that. But I'm not going to do an interview and then not let somebody put it out. I shouldn't even did the interview in the first place. That's just my personal opinion. So if I agree to go do an interview, that means that I should already know that there are going to be things that they're going to ask me, and I should be willing to answer. And if I'm not going to answer, I just say, hey, I plead the fifth. We're not talking about that, or I just don't respond at all. But we finna get into the nonsense. Now, watch this, y'all. We're going to be listening to this, and then I'm going to give some commentary on it.
You don't care about your wife. You should like the disrespectful dinker. Fuck your wife. You don't care about her. You know everybody else
about
fuck her.
you piece of shit?
I'm gonna keep it 55th. You don't care about her.
I don't care about my wife.
You don't care about her. You let everybody run through her.
I let one professional pornography star run through her. What are you talking about? Crip Mac,
you don't care about
the 55th Street.
And that's a fact. Any man that let any other man allow him willingly and then have a conversation about it, you don't care about your wife. Crip Mac is telling 100% facts. You don't care about your wife if you let her sleep with another man. Point blank, period. I don't care what Adam say for the money, whatever. Adam, if you a pimp, just tell us, my brother. If you a pimp, just tell us, because you can't get in trouble because you're married to her. So I get it. Real talk.
You don't care about her. You don't care about her.
Yo, I'm gonna have to
Hey, boy, you over there with Blueface, boy? I sent you with Blueface,
don't
boy.
let me start on you because we
No,
always
it's you, man.
Hey, Big FYB, do your homework, Crip Mac on Big FYB.
I don't gotta do my homework on you, nigga. You don't got no more playboy.
Hey, Custer, do your fucking homework.
I'm a comedian, nigga. I'm a real fucking gangbanger.
Hey, that's cool. That's cool. Who the fuck?
No, it ain't cool, nigga.
Hey,
This is what I really do out here, nigga.
Look. You gonna
Yeah,
listen?
that's for it.
You gonna listen? Hey, don't let this comedian shit fool you, Crip Mac.
And I'm trying to figure out what's the whole point of them two going back and forth. Crip Mac came on here talking about Adam's wife, and now all of a sudden, this other guy, this comedian, FB, whatever his name, some man, he want to come to Crip Mac. Now you got two black men going back and forth at each other, finna start threatening each other, potentially having a real interaction in real life once they meet. Over what? Over what? That just shows you the ignorance of our people and our culture. They didn't have no problem with each other. So why y'all finna go back and forth on the internet, let this blow up and just contribute more toxicity to our people and to our culture? And this is how we resolve things when we never had an issue.
I didn't think you was a comedian. I thought you was a doctor. I'm a comedian.
Are you a comedian too? Since when you a comedian, I'll bug the fuck up. It ain't different.
Nigga, I spit on you and slap you.
You gonna do what today, man? I'll bug the fuck
Spit
up.
on you.
Hey, I be with 53rd members, Crip Mac. Stop whooping like that, boy. What, nigga?
5'5" Crip.
Nigga, what?
Play with me,
Don't beat these motherfuckers and get up with you, boy. Stop it.
Get up with me, nigga. I nigga Billy Western.
Don't beat these motherfuckers and knock them tattoos off.
Homie, I love, nigga.
Fuck is you playing with, boy? Stop playing with
Fuck
me,
you, cuz.
that little
Fuck
ass
your mama.
you got
Fuck
on
your
Hey,
baby.
take that motherfucking rag off.
Crazy, man. This is
I bet you the Crip. I only fuck with the real
I don't
Crip,
give
boy.
a fuck.
Stop whooping like that.
This is
You be
crazy.
You be
I
whooping.
spit on you,
I
nigga.
fuck with real Crip.
This is what I don't understand about the whole Crip movement, right? And I understand how it originated. But in 2023 and even in the 90s and probably in the 80s, it transformed and transitioned into something else. But I just want to know if I'm the only person that feel this way. You got Crips that don't like Bloods. And we've known that people have killed behind this color. People have, killed behind streets that they don't own, neighborhoods that they don't own, don't have no investments in that community. Somebody else own the house that they stay in, the streets that they walk on, and everything, and we're taking people's lives because of this. But the one thing I don't understand about the Crips is y'all hate the Bloods, but the color you represent starts with a B. The color blue starts with a B. It absolutely makes no sense to me that y'all gonna kill somebody over another color, but the color that you represent starts with a B. Somebody make it make sense to me. I'm lost. But you cripping, but it starts with a B. It makes no sense.
Hey, I ain't never been spit on little ass nigga.
Spit on you, nigga. Don't ever let me see you tell me chip.
Hey, you gonna do what?
Hello? Can
Hey,
you
you
not
gonna
hear
do what?
what? Stop it, I'm slow. You
Stop it
slow?
and knock it out.
Are you slow?
Stop it and knock it out, fat boy.
Bitch, you
Stop it and knock it out, fat boy.
Yo, this is like DC meets Marvel. We got Chicago.
Here go Adam instigating. Here go Adam instigating.
That shit ain't gonna help nothing.
Crazy, man.
I don't give a fuck about a workout.
That shit ain't gonna help nothing. You working out for what?
Billy Westerberg harder than workout.
Who?
I'm Crip.
We got people out here passing legislation, passing laws, doing all these things, and this is what we do with our time. We're not trying to be effective in the liberation of black people. This is what we're doing. Getting on the internet, acting crazy over what? Now, if you have a dispute with somebody, I understand you handle it. You know what the way we handle it, we knock it up, we got it out the way, and we kept it pushing. But they up here talking about doing something to each other, and they didn't even have a problem with each other. Crip Mac wasn't even talking to this guy, but he inserted himself, and now we got two black men going against each other, and the black man that was coming at the white guy trying to hold him accountable for basically having legal prostitution with his wife. That now you got the two brothers against each other. We got make it make sense to me. Man, we so backwards, man.
I was just on the West Coast. I ain't see no fucking Crip Mac.
It's real, nigga.
Nigga, I was just on the West Coast. Nigga, I was just at no jump. Stop playing with me.
Hey, fuck you.
Hey, nigga, fuck you. Nigga,
spit on you
fuck
and
you.
your ass.
You ain't gonna do shit, you bitch ass, barking ass, nigga.
Oh,
Nah,
Crip, fuck
nah,
you.
nah, you ain't gonna do shit. Nigga, all you do is post shit on the internet. Nigga, your soft ass, you ran into Blueface, you was nice as hell. You seen Blueface after talking all that shit. You seen Blueface, and you was nice as fuck. You was nice as fuck. Seeing Blueface, you was nice, nigga. Fuck the fuck up.
Get mad.
We don't handle that shit, nigga. We don't handle that shit. Nigga, we don't handle that shit. We don't handle that shit, nigga.
Fuck
Nigga,
you.
what?
And fuck everything you got going on in your life, nigga. I guess what? I'm not black, motherfucker. I'm blue. I'm a crab.
Crazy. He not black, he blue.
Stop disrespecting your daddy on this internet, boy. You look just like him, bitch.
My dudes, we gonna put you down, nigga.
Y'all gonna do what?
You wanna rush this bitch?
What y'all gonna do to J Lane? Hey, what y'all gonna do to J Lane?
I will make you rest in peace.
Hey, what y'all gonna do to J Lane?
Rest in peace.
Hey, what y'all gonna do to J Lane?
Oh, hood. Rest
Hey,
in
what y'all gonna do to
peace.
J Lane?
That's just what it is.
What y'all gonna do to me? What
You
y'all gonna
will
do
rest
to
in
me?
peace. You
Do your fucking homework, little ass
You will
nigga.
rest in peace.
Do your homework.
I'll hook you. That's what's
Do
gonna
your
happen.
homework. It hit different. Just like your wife whooping. And you ain't had this energy when you just seen Blueface was nice as hell on my dead grandma. You said he working on 5-5 Crip. They beat the fuck out of you. Your ass a fucking goofy. On the outside. Your ass a fucking goofy.
55th Street. You cut your ass, bitch. I'm hood.
Can you hear though? You doing all that bapping. Can you hear?
Oh, he's gone. You got
Get
him.
his ass off this bitch.
All right, man. So that's the end of the video. I really just showed this video because I'm just like appalled. I'm just appalled at our people, and I'm just showing how we basically start things and get into it with each other over nothing. And now we the ones looking like fools on the internet, and this is what's projecting into our society, projecting to our culture, and this is how we resolve things. We don't sit down and communicate and come to an understanding to better ourselves, to better our community, to better our people. We just want to get on the internet for whatever reason, go at each other, and there is no resolve. This is not the way we handle things, people. This is not the way we handle things. And then the Crip Mac had the issue with Adam, and then the two black men end up getting into it with each other. Over what? But listen, man, make sure you like, share. This is hard truth, man. And at the end of the day, what Crip Mac said is the truth. That you don't care about your wife if you let another man have intercourse with her. Period. And I'm out.